Welcome to the news at when? When? Well, the last decade for a change, because here at HHTV we have a special report on how the BBC's Sport Relief came to our screens and revolutionised the way we all look at sports stars. And certainly the way that I look at David Beckham. I think it's the tattoos. Anyway, who better to give you more information on this TV landmark than Bob Hale with the Sport Relief report. Bob.
Thank you, Sam. Well, Sport Relief, Sport Relief, Sport Relief. The annual fundraising event, so exciting, it has to take every other year off to recover. But where did it all begin is a rhetorical question that I'm about to answer. Yes, it's 2002, 10 long years ago, when the funny folk from Comic Relief and the Tones team from BBC Sport put their heads together, resisted having a little kiss, and decided instead to invent a history-making night of sport, entertainment and fundraising right here on BBC The First. Sorry, BBC One. I'm more used to Kings. And what a show it was, as sports stars from every game proved their good sports and fair game. Even the Prime Minister lent his support, though sadly it was by playing tennis, not golf, which means I can't do my Who Wants to Play Around with Tony Blair joke. Then, after a brief interruption from 2003, along comes 2004, when a second Sport Relief hit our screens, apologised and paid for the damage. This time the show was even bigger, raising a whopping £16.9 million, which, to give you some idea of scale, is like £1 million multiplied by 16.9. And that's maths I just can't do. And it didn't stop there. Well, technically it did, but only for a year, because in 2006, Sport Relief 3 arrived. Peter Kay, Catherine Tate, Chris Evans, Paul Whitehouse are just some of the names written on this auto cue. And that wasn't the half of it. David Walliams swam the channel, and McFly hit #1 by covering Queen, though no one will tell me what with. And then, with barely enough time to do a massively long 2-year blink, it's 2008, and Sport Relief's back, and thirsty for more. There's dancing shoes, tennis shoes, and rule issues, as Alan Carr joined a ladies' team. But putting that football stud on the pitch certainly helped Sport Relief to haul in a massive 28.5 million quid. So beat that. OK, then we will, says 2010, and sets about throwing a Sport Relief party all of its own. And what a party it is, with great music, good food, and even a fine wine. David Beckham's voice. Little joke there, nice one, Bobsy. There's even a beautiful pop starlet who, in a twist from which I may never fully recover, turns out to be Rufus Hound. And if we look at the cashometer, we can see that this party really pulled in the punters, raising more than £44.25 million. A feat that can't be beat, right? Wrong! Because it's 2012, people, which means Sport Relief is back. 10 years young and fitter than a butcher's dog with gym membership. It's the hottest ticket since the Olympics, and there's no slightly confusing draw to get one. It's just you lot, us lot, and more fun than you can shake a pole vaulter stick at. And they are massive. So get up, get involved, and get donating to the TV event that's so exciting it made Thames swimming titan David Walliams physically sick. What? Well, then what did make him sick? They're still putting that in the Thames? Oh. Enjoy the show, everyone. Back to you, Sam. Oh, has anyone got a bin?
I have the,
Someone must have a...
Too late. Oh, so that is Sport Relief 2012 on Friday, March the 23rd. An historic night of televisual greatness not to be missed. I promise you some of the best entertainment, sport, music and fundraising goodness you will ever see. And there's even a special Sport Relief edition of a show called Horrible Histories, which I've heard is really rather good.
I'm so sorry. Oh.